Hello, everybody. Welcome to Torn Tuesday. Can you all hear me? That was weird. I guess I'm on my own. I have no idea where Clifford Broadway is, the normal host. I'm usually the co-host. I didn't even start as a co-host. I just started as the producer. Tukish, thank you for recognizing the production value quality. Yeah, this is $1 million set because this is $1 million bar in the one of the most expensive cities in the country, in the world right now, Los Angeles. We're in the middle of Hollywood. The stars of the Walk of Fame are right outside the door of Scum and Villainy Cantina. In the corner here is Dobby. You can't see him. He's off screen. Gollum's over there. This dude is peeking out from behind here. You may recognize that little ear. There's a Mandy axe. There's a lightsaber. There's a blade. In fact, the taps here are lightsabers. So, yeah, welcome to Torn Tuesday, your weekly dose of all things Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, books, movies, games, everything like that. We have so much to talk about that Cliff decided to show up because he can't miss this. I've got stuff to tell you from London that we didn't get a chance to talk about when we first came back, and we had Corey Olsen and New Beta and Tea with Tolkien and Happy Hobbit on the show a couple weeks ago. And then last week, of course, we had Mark Ordesky and Jane Fleming from Lord of the Rings and the new show, The Quest, which is doing very well. Cliff, you can take off your backpack if you want. Get comfortable.
Hello, everybody. Oh, wow. That was... Hello.
I can
actually hear myself in the room now. That's amazing.
Yeah. So.
Hello. Nice to see everybody on Torn Tuesday. What a day I've been having.
Okay.
You don't remember that joke.
I'll bait. I'm
taking the bait. Okay.
What kind of day are you having?
No, I'm just telling you. I mean, seriously, there's an old Ron Howard movie where the girl turns into a mermaid. It stars Tom Hanks. It was directed by Ron Howard, and it made a worldwide star out of what's her face, who played the mermaid. Help me out here. Splash? Anybody? Yeah. Okay. I'm dating myself back in the 80s. Okay. But anyways, hello.
We have so much to
nice
talk
to see
about.
you.
I have a lot to tell you about London that I haven't told you before, and I told you some stuff last week.
You know what? I gotta fix this. This is great.
Fix it. But before we get in, there's so much new news to talk about.
There is news to talk about. That's for sure.
I'm going to tease you.
That's for sure.
So, guys, just so you know, I'm not here to let you down. We'll get to it.
Oh boy.
But this is video footage from inside Shepperton Studios.
Oh boy.
I don't think.
Oh boy.
I don't think our wonderful guests knew I was there. So that's just a tease of what I've got on my phone here.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
Yes, there's so much to talk about.
Wow. Okay, I want to say hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Torn Tuesday, hosted right here at Scum and Villainy Cantina.
I already did all that.
Welcome,
Cliff,
everybody. But I didn't get to say hello. Hello,
Singer
everybody.
Boy in the chat room wants to know, when's the next trailer, Cliff?
The next trailer, I assume, is going to be Comic-Con.
That's what I think. There are rumors. Or not rumors.
Well, we've been reporting those rumors.
We've been reporting that the big trailer is being saved for Comic-Con.
San Diego.
Wishful thinking.
San Diego Comic-Con.
There is wishful thinking on Reddit that there's going to be a trailer around June 15th. I don't think that's true. They're saving everything for Comic-Con. That's going to be the official kickoff. The Boys Season 3 just debuted with an amazing tribute to the Snyder Cut that you guys just have to see to believe.
That is a tribute, indeed. A tip of the hat.
Crazy thing that just happened, Cliff. And
Tell me.
I told you I was worried about all 30 of these fans going to London to see this footage, right? We were worried about COVID. We were worried about because, if anyone gets sick, you can't get back in the country.
Indeed.
From where you're from, for the most part. Folks, we just found out, he just posted on Instagram yesterday, at the world premiere of The Boys Season 3, Carl Urban tested positive in his hotel room. He is out of the count. He did not go to the premiere.
Oh,
he
no.
is stuck in Paris, France.
Oh, no.
Carl Urban is stuck in Paris, France because he tested positive. And that is the
Oh, no.
world we live in now.
I just tested negative last week. because I'd gone to
Just last week? Hold on.
last week. I'd gone to Disneyland. I'm surrounded by 700,000 people all day, and I'm like, okay, let's do the usual. I'll get a test, and I'm still COVID negative. So far, so good. I'm sorry to hear that. It happened for our boy Eomer, nephew, not to be confused with Theodred, but the nephew of the Lord of the Mark, Theoden.
Yeah.
Eomer himself. So he's not going to be able to promote the new show as it launches its new
can't.
season. Okay,
Yeah,
all right. That's a bummer.
But he's the big. I believe he's the big star of the boys.
Yes,
so
I do
imagine.
too. I agree.
So if he's in Paris, France, that means he will not be able to come to the States and do all the late night talk shows and everything like that.
Right.
So, but everyone at home, I think you guys are okay with Zoom conversations.
Yeah, we do
right?
Zoom conversations all the time.
So maybe
Sure.
he'll do the late night shows. Maybe we'll see Carl Urban. So look out for him. So wish you well, Carl. Looking forward to it.
Indeed we do.
Cliff, did you see all of the pictures from MegaCon in Florida this weekend?
I did not.
4 hobbits reunited.
I saw a couple of those.
The 4 hobbits reunited.
That was wild. I did see that.
The picture
saw
of
that.
them going to dinner or supper or elevensies or whatever it was went super viral. Everybody took the picture off Dom's Instagram, posted it on Facebook,
That was
posted it on
wild.
TikTok, posted it on Twitter.
Yep.
But you know what?
Yep.
You know who slid into our DMs?
Tell me.
Dominic Monaghan slid into our Instagram DMs and said,
Oh, Dominic.
hey, guys, you did not credit me for my own photo.
Oh, no.
So I apologize.
No, did that actually happen? Come
I
on.
apologize to you, Dominic Monaghan. That is your photo. We tagged you in the photo. We tagged you so people.
That's
could find-
hilarious.
And I think at that point everybody knew it was your photo. So yeah, boo on me. Boo on me. Cliff.
That's insane. Hi, Chris. I see Chris Saint in the live chat. Hello to all of the wonderful people in the audience who are joining us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. And, of course, come check things out in our Discord server. Boy, do we have great fans and a great conversation going on right there. I'm just glad that you made it all the way back to the United Kingdom and back to California.
There and back again.
You didn't get COVID, so I'm kind of glad that didn't happen to you. At least other people who are traveling around on all these airplanes all the time, you never know. You're really rolling the dice. You are very much rolling the dice.
Well,
when you get inside this gleaming metal tube that flies at the sky 35,000 feet above the Earth, it's up to you. I'd rather walk to Mordor.
Cliff,
I would rather walk to Mordor.
I have an exciting update, folks. I think I've mentioned this on the show. Cliff, you know it's been a heavy burden on my mind ever since that trailer released at the Super Bowl.
Yes. Is it really? Do tell.
At the Super Bowl trailer, we had a wonderful, fantastic set hosted by our Scum and Villainy folks.
That was lovely. That was a beautiful
Chris
set.
Saint, who's in the chat room, helped tech that show. Thank you so much for your help. But Cliff, at that night, which you masterfully hosted for 6 hours on your feet,
You're very kind.
we filmed this awesome voiceover intro with your voice.
Oh, gosh.
And the One Ring over the fire.
Yeah, we
right?
did. That was playful.
And then
that was very playful and fun. I remember that.
And then
yes.
do you remember?
That was fun.
Do you remember what happened next? I lost my ring.
You actually lost that replica of the One Ring.
It's a gold. It's real gold from Badali Jewelry. This is a gold One Ring. It's very special.
You mean it's one of those nice ones from Badali?
It's
one of those nice ones.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's a real gold. It's very precious to me, and I lost it. I looked through all my gear bags and my luggage and my pockets and my jacket.
He's reciting Isildur now. It is precious to me, for I will risk.
Oh, I didn't even notice I did that.
For I will risk no harm to it. You
Wait,
just. I just heard Isildur's words as Gandalf was reading the parchment. I will risk no harm to it, for it is precious to me.
I didn't even realize I was doing it. So I lost my ring that I've had for so many years.
I'm sorry.
Been on so many adventures, and I've been torn up since the Super Bowl.
Welcome to Wordplay Broadcast 101. It's always torn or a ring, something that comes full circle, or something precious. It's always that wordplay.
When I walked in today, here at Scum and Villainy Cantina, you know what was sitting right here on this bar? Right here, just like that. I walked in.
You're kidding me.
I walked in.
This is it?
I did not know this was happening.
You mean to tell me this is it?
I haven't opened the bag, Cliff, but you know what that bag means.
It means that the one ring of power could be mine. It could be mine.
There is something inside it.
I do not deny that I have often dreamt of this. Dun, dun, dun.
So,
what's in here?
Hold on.
You know what? It's my birthday.
Wait. No,
it's my birthday. It's my birthday. You know what?
It's my birthday.
Deagle. My name is Smeagol. You are Deagle. Who's going to get the bad end of this deal?
I found it.
Who's going to get the bad end of this deal? But it's my birthday.
It's mine.
You haven't.
All right.
You haven't given me a birthday present yet.
Oh boy! All right, so Cliff, I've got.
You know who got the raw end of that deal, and it wasn't Smeagol. Well, maybe it was, but poor Deagle.
Let's see if this works.
Are you really going to bring in the close-up camera? Do that right now. Do it.
All right.
Do it. I'll hold it for you. Okay.
All right.
And that is the only time you'll ever hear me say that live on the air.
This was sitting on the counter when I came in today.
All right. Let's take a close look. What's going on here? What is inside? Gasp.
That is etched gold. That is real gold. It is.
We're going to get dinged by YouTube for music.
Inscription on the inside.
Music copyright violation.
And
because
the outside.
You read the inscription if you'd like. Can you read it in the...
Wait, no. I'm not going to read
the Black Speech of Mordor.
So
you can't... Okay, this is beautiful, by the way. Well done. Sorry, YouTube, for the music copyright violation, but I had to do the Howard Shore music. Look at that.
My precious has come back to me.
Wow, lucky you.
My precious has come back to me. It is real solid gold. I burnt all the hairs on my hand filming that video.
That so much fear and doubt could come from such a little thing.
It is precious to me.
Such a little thing. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I must congratulate you for having recovered your magic ring of power.
Is it supposed to go in this pocket?
It's supposed to go around your neck so that we can see the scars.
No, he keeps it in his pocket.
No, he wears it around his neck.
You
can
keeps
see
it
the scars.
In his pocket.
Hello, they had to do.
I've seen the movies.
They had to do latex makeup on the back of Elijah Wood's neck to show that it was being scarred and kind of burned and torn up by the chain. He was wearing it. Am I wrong, ladies and gentlemen? Was there special effects makeup to show Elijah Wood's neck had been deeply affected by the weight and the burden of the ring? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
It has been so
long. No, I
remember
this. I remember this.
It has been so long, and I just want to stare.
Well, I remember Professor Tolkien describing it. Now,
want to stare at it.
What kind of stories are you going to... Now, Bilbo kept it in his pocket. Our friends in the chat, thank you for clarification.
I told you, Bilbo. This is Bilbo's jacket. Bilbo's red jacket, and this is Bilbo's pocket.
Well, Frodo wore it around his neck. It was a different thing.
I don't care about that whiner.
Now,
I'm all about Bilbo.
Ooh, wow. Gauntlet thrown. Tell me the things you were going to tell me but did not tell me about your trip to England and what happened in London. I think that the curiosity of the audience is also piqued. Tell us more. What happened in England?
No, there's a better segue because I just got my precious back, and Cliff, there was breaking news today. Cliff, did you hear the breaking news for September 1st this year?
Oh, I did hear the breaking news. In fact, our good friend Matt at Nerd of the Rings made this really cool video that I watched. I was very fascinated by
what
this.
Is it about? Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news.
The new Gollum video game, a stealth platform game where you don't have lots of heavy action or big weapons. This is a stealth game. It is coming to us very, very soon. It's going to be on consoles. It's going to be on your PC. I don't believe there will be a Mac version. Womp womp. For all you people in the Apple universe, you don't get to play. Womp womp. But here it is, Daedalic. And I know I'm pronouncing this wrong, but it's Daedalic Entertainment. There it is. Daedalic. I'll get this wrong. I'll get it right eventually. It is going to be Smeagol Summer as Lord of the Rings Gollum from Nacon and Daedalic Entertainment. It is a stealth action-adventure game starring Gollum himself. Finally, it has a release date. It is coming out, believe it or not, 1 day before the worldwide launch of the Amazon Studios television series, The Rings of Power. It comes out.
Rings of Power.
It comes out on September 1st. And tell me, what are the platforms that it says it's going to be available on?
It's on every major platform, but the key
but
thing
not
is
Mac,
that
but not your Mac.
Sorry. Everyone wants to know, at least according to the TV show, what rights do they have? And this game...
Oh, okay. This is an interesting conversation. Again, we bring it back to licensing and what the people are allowed to adapt or change or process based upon the original intellectual property they've licensed. Tell me, Justin, what limited book rights did they license to make this game?
Well, it is limited book rights.
It is very limited book rights, though.
But it is
a
licensed from the Saul Zaentz company.
And it's a period of time before the War of the Ring begins.
It is squarely in the Third Age, in the era that is included in the rights of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Right.
This is not a deal from the Tolkien estate. This is not a deal with the Tolkien family.
Oh, this is one of these older deals that was made before the Saul Zaentz company gave up its rights and put them up for sale, right?
Yes.
Copy that. Okay, I
so
understand
this
that.
game is huge, and you know what's exciting is that I love the internet called this the Untitled Gollum game. If you guys have played Untitled Goose Game, it's an amazing game.
Untitled
I highly
Goose
recommend finding Untitled Goose Game. It's really called Untitled Goose Game.
Okay.
And I'm really excited.
I don't know what he's talking about now.
If this is
I don't know what this
anything
is.
like Untitled Goose Game, I feel like they should just call it Gollum Game. Like, just be straight up Gollum Game. Don't call it Gollum. Don't call it the Gollum, like the Batman. Like, just call it Gollum.
Well,
Gollum Game.
They have The Lord of the Rings as a main title and then a subtitle. That is always the way these things are.
Would you be okay
Always.
if Gandalf or Aragorn show up in Gollum Game not looking like their movie counterparts?
Yeah, of course. We've already seen the early character designs that the video game company revealed. And their version of Thranduil, in particular, their version of Gandalf, are pretty interesting. And they're way off center, way off from stuff that we're used to seeing. And it looks pretty interesting. There's a lot of feathers and
Gandalf
twigs.
is confirmed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely he is. Yeah, he is. Dude, this was confirmed months ago when we previewed the artwork. We talked about it right here on this very program.
Yes.
I am excited for this video game. I'm going to have to invest in a PS5. I'm going to have to break down and get one of those game consoles. I'm going to have to do that.
You do need it. So Gollum Game was just
totally
announced. The release date was announced today. It's September 1st. The same weekend that Rings of Power comes out. It has no relation to Rings of Power. Nothing in Rings of Power Season 1 is going to connect to Gollum Game.
Nope, but
at
the launch
all.
the launch date is not coincidental at all.
No.
In fact, it's very savvy. I think that is marketing savvy.
And since we are in the 20th
Very savvy.
anniversary of Lord of the Rings, let's wind back the clock. Cliff, do you remember when Fellowship of the Ring came out? And it broke all the box office records, and everybody was loving the movie. And then the video game tie-in came out.
Yeah, Electronic Arts. There was the EA games, Two Towers, and
But the Fellowship game.
there was a Fellowship game. There was also a Return of the King game, wasn't there? There was quite a few different
20
games.
years ago, the Fellowship of the game came out because the Two Towers had not been out yet.
Right, the
You know,
first one.
We're still in the window of Fellowship.
The first one, yes.
And you were in that.
Oh, that's a different game. And I'm not talking about
Fellowship of the Ring.
That is a game that was not published by Electronic Arts. That's the other game that was based on the book license.
That's right.
And that was released by Universal.
Universal
Universal Black Label Games.
That was the only game that
Yes.
could come out for Fellowship.
Yep.
You were the game. So
that was it. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, was not based on Peter Jackson's IP. It
So
was based
tell
on the
me,
book.
and
Yes.
you were the voice of.
Samwise Gamgee.
I am standing next to Samwise Gamgee.
Yes, you are. You are standing next to Sam. Well, there's a lot of actors who have very competently played Samwise Gamgee. I don't know that I'm one of them, but boy, was it a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a great project.
So let me ask you this, Cliff.
Great project.
When your video game came out, Fellowship of the Ring, in the year 2001 or 2.
Yeah. About right. Yes. 2002.
It was based on the book license. It was not connected to the movie license.
Correct.
Do you remember the reaction that people had, fans had, gamers had to your game?
Yes.
What was the reaction?
Mediocre. I mean, they thought it was okay. You know, I mean, my reaction to it was, oh, it's okay. It's fine. Fine for what it is. It was much more specific because there was Tom Bombadil. There were Barrow Whites. There are all those things that happen that you never see in any movie adaptation. The actual episodes of characters in the fog on the Barrow Downs and things that happen in the book that are so distinct, we never ever get to see them in any movie adaptation. But the greatest pleasure of the book licensed game was being able to do all those episodes in Middle-earth that are so colorfully written about in the book, but we never see them in film. That was fun.
I just remember I was working at GameStop at the time. I was selling magazine subscriptions and $5 pre-orders. And I remember that people were disappointed that the game of Fellowship of the Ring that was hot on shelves had no relation to the awesome movie that everybody just saw. It was a little bit of a disconnect.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They had to carefully market the game with really different artwork and a different style so that it would not be confused.
And that's what
the marketplace.
Daedalic Entertainment is doing with Gollum game 20 years later.
Right.
They have a video game coming out at the same time that the big new TV thing is coming out. It's not based on the TV show. It's not based on the movies. It's its own thing.
It's its own thing, yes.
Risky, exciting.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm nervous.
Well,
I feel like Gollum. I'm torn inside, and also I've got my ring here in my pockets.
Well, you know,
and
you watch that 10-minute video that Matt at Nerd of the Rings did, and he's quite able, quite competent at succinctly breaking down the things you need to know about this video game. I recommend giving that video a watch.
Dr. Nosy in the chat room says they should just declare the weekend of September 2nd a holiday. Guess what? It is a holiday in America. The weekend of September 2nd is a huge national holiday. It is a 4-day weekend for us Americanos. And that's when Dragon Con happens.
Yes.
That's when PAX West happens. Or PAX South. No, PAX West. A bunch of conventions happen that weekend because it is a long weekend. So, yes, September 2nd is a holiday weekend. So, I guess at some point we'll start calling it Lord of the Rings holiday weekend or Rings of Power holiday weekend.
I think that's pretty fabulous. You know what? I'm really down for this, like, public events, public screenings. I think we should have some big screening events where fans can get together in a big theater and watch the show.
Right.
That'd be kind of a cool thing to do. Do you think when we get near the end of July, get near San Diego Comic-Con,
Okay.
do you think that we're going to have some, like, do you think we'll have some exclusives that they're going to show us at the convention? Do you think Hall H will have stuff that no one's ever seen? Do you think maybe we could speculate that the Comic-Con experience is going to be where they show the most?
Yes.
Like they really are going to lift the lid
the official
on this thing.
Big premiere
Yeah.
is the official kickoff for marketing is San Diego Comic-Con. If you have a chance to get a ticket, get to there and get ready for the on-site because I have no doubt between July 20th and September 2nd, those 6 weeks are going to be just an onslaught. If you think the richest man in the history of the world, Jeff Bezos, is not going to make sure that everybody in the world knows that this show is coming out. I got nothing coming.
Right.
Jeff is going to make sure that every billboard, every YouTube pre-roll, every Twitch ad, every banner ad,
Right.
every email, every page on Amazon.com is going to have a banner that says Rings of Power, September 2nd. Subscribe and get ready. You better believe Jeff is going to. That's why this first season's costing $1 billion. He's going to spend $500 million just on marketing.
Just on the crazy marketing. That is crazy.
People in the chat room are like,
whoa.
Where's the gossip? All right, another sneak peek of the gossip. All right, here we go.
Hold on, I've got another piece of news to tell the audience as well.
Go ahead.
We have a dear friend of ours named Michael Pellerin.
Oh, I was just going to get to that. Let me give him a tease real quick.
Okay, here's the tease.
Here's the tease. Folks, I took a screenshot of where I was at the time, so you can see right there. I'm at Shepperton Studios.
Oh, boy.
I can't fake that.
And what is that body of water that you're near?
That is the River Thames? River Thames.
That is the River Thames.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
I was in there. Whoa, that's weird. Boom.
What's that?
That is inside Shepperton Studios. That is Building 15. Oh. I had a mosey at dusk. You can see those are real sound stages. I was really there. And folks, this is the mixing board. This is the master mixing board that all TV shows and movies shot in and around Shepperton and Pinewood. They are mixed here at Shepperton Studios. This is one of the best but mixing tables in the entirety of the UK.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not saying that Lord of the Rings was doing their work there, because obviously it was empty, and they did not have it queued up or anything like that. But yeah, that is the screening room of at Shepperton. So yeah, I got a lot of details of productions that are coming up here.
Whoa.
And
okay.
And I can tell you, folks, some of
me intrigued.
2 projects that the folks there at Shepperton told me were unannounced projects. So I can't
really
imply what you will there. Cliff, I know what you were about to say, because this has been huge news here in Los Angeles. Let's bring it up on screen.
Oh my gosh. Can I tell everybody that this is really, really exciting?
Folks,
this is exciting.
If you don't know Secret Cinema Club,
you tell them about Secret Cinema Club up front, because I want to tell them about the 35mm print.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, this is so exciting that they're doing this not on a video. It's not a video projection from a hard disk.
This only
is 35.
Show.
Really?
That's the thing with Secret Cinema. They only show 35mm.
Cool.
That's why they only show certain movies. They showed Jurassic Park a couple months ago with an original 35mm print. So here in Los Angeles, downtown LA, at the $1 Million Theater in on Broadway Street, Clifford Broadway.
On Broadway. Do you believe that? I'm looking at this, and it is on Saturday, May 28th.
That's this weekend.
It is coming up very, very, very soon, and it starts at 10 a.m. and goes on until midnight. They're having a special marathon of all the Lord of the Rings films. Folks, take a look at this. 35mm versions of the Lord of the Rings, and it is going to be a really specific effort made to secure the extended editions, but the people putting on this event say, please be ready. They may only have the theatrical editions, depending upon the availability of those 35mm prints.
Cliff, if I recall correctly,
this is wild.
Did they ever strike a 35mm of the extended editions? I don't believe they did, because I remember for years, all the way up until the Hobbit movies, when digital projectors were more commonplace.
Right.
We never got to see the extended editions at any of the reunion screenings.
Right.
Because the film prints didn't exist. And only until Christie digital projectors became commonplace at your local AMC and everything did everyone start really getting these trilogy screenings.
God, I'm reminded of the first time Texas Instruments had provided George Lucas with a digital system to project Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Oh, yes.
I remember that very distinctly.
Yes.
But the big news about the Secret Movie Club...
Yeah, so there's more news besides a 35mm print of the Lord of the Rings trilogy with an hour-long lunch and an hour-and-a-half-long dinner break in between.
In between. That's wonderful to have an extra hour-and-a-half dinner break in between the films.
It's a full day, folks.
It is fantastic. But the man who made the behind-the-scenes appendices, the award-winning and beloved behind-the-scenes appendices on all of the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings
Not to
films.
be confused with the appendices rights that Lord
Not to be
Rings
confused.
of Powers.
We're talking about the home video release of The Hobbit.
Peter Jackson's appendices.
That's right. Peter Jackson's 6 films came with 6 massive extra DVDs and Blu-rays, obviously. And those extra DVDs have all the appendices that Michael Pellerin and his production team had created to take all of us on a journey into the production of the 6 Middle-earth films. While you are there at the Secret Movie Club this weekend in Los Angeles, we have confirmed that Michael Pellerin in person is going to be attending the event and would be doing a live Q&A with the audience in between The Two Towers and The Return of the King.
Oh my gosh.
In between Two Towers and ROTK.
He has some stories, folks.
He has got all the background stories, and he was on the ground with all of his cameramen and those people documenting everything as it happened. So not only are you in for a delicious cinematic treat if you can go and see this weekend. I've got a big wedding I need to officiate. Otherwise, I would be at this marathon myself. But I have so many weddings I have to do as a minister of a very busy weekend. But I'm excited. Are you going to go?
Folks.
Oh, see? Now you want to go too.
I got my Precious back.
You
It's
got your
right
Precious
there.
back. That's
No.
fantastic.
This is
So-
the 4th time I've pointed at this is the 4th time I pointed at that bag. And
we've
it's
got the
not-
news. There's a 35 millimeter print of Fellowship and of Two Towers. There is no print
But is
for
it
Return of the
extended?
King.
Is it extended?
I think that Kathy is referring to the
It's
extended
right here.
version.
It's right here in my pockets.
All right.
I keep
Well, anyways.
pointing at that bag, and it's right here in my pockets.
It's ridiculous. Now you're going to start wandering around like Bilbo, panicking and looking for it.
Hey, look, if the
hotline. We've got a call on the hotline.
is calling.
Really? Do we have a phone call on the
Wouldn't this be
hotline?
funny if it was Amazon Legal saying, "Hey, where'd you get those photos?"
That's funny.
Let's put this on speaker. Hi, who's calling?
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
It's a bad time. Hello?
Hi, what's your name?
Is
Where are you calling from?
Is it Anka?
It's Arna.
That's Arna. Arna. How are you? Nice to hear from you.
It's good to hear you. I'm just curious, when the production moved to Scotland, are some of the locations that we're going to see in season 1 going to look the same in season 2, even if they're not going to be filming down in New Zealand anymore?
You know, that is one of my biggest questions. How different is season 2 and other future seasons going to look when compared to the isolated season 1 that they produced entirely in New Zealand, but now they're all in the UK with new stages and new outdoors, new mountains, and new places to film? How can they get a common visual look when they filmed it somewhere else?
New Zealand is so unique. But I guess the question, the answer is we don't know to your question. But
it is an excellent question. It is an excellent question.
I want to put a question to you, Arna. Would you be okay with things looking different? Maybe it's a new area of land. Maybe it's the south or the far east that they show.
It's basically okay. I mean, if we were going to see Numenor in more than one season, like from season 1 through season 5, the look of the place would have to stay the same. It doesn't make sense to make Numenor look like one place in season 1 and then it look like something else in season 2 if it's going to be the same universe. But otherwise, it's pretty good. Otherwise, it's their show; they can do what they want, so it's pretty cool. But
yeah, well, that's.
Some of the shores in Scotland remind me a little of the Middle-earth shores that I've seen in Ted Naismith's artworks from the Silmarillion, so it would be pretty cool to see all of that in Scotland or the shores of Ireland.
I know, and John House seemed really excited about the new locations that he gets to sketch, as we saw in that.
I understand that John Howe's involved in the show still.
According to Empire Magazine, the big article,
he is.
the small article in the big magazine, John Howe is involved in a bigger capacity than we've known yet. So I don't know. Well, we've got so much to talk about. Thanks for calling in, Arna, and appreciate to hear your voice.
Yes.
It's been so long.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for calling in, brother. You know, I'm really glad that he asked that question.
Yes.
Because
that's a question on everyone's mind.
The production has a burden now to keep continuity with the way that Middle-earth looks from season 1 all the way seasons 2, 3, and 4, and ultimately season 5, if they're even going to go that far.
They are going to go that far because
season 5.
Jeff has committed to the Tolkien family himself.
Oh my goodness.
Jeff Bezos has committed to the Tolkien family himself. 5 seasons and a spin-off minimum.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, okay, that's what he's committed to. Ultimately,
and he always keeps his promise.
Well, we will be delivering the reporting, the official word on whether that continues, yes or no, as it was originally planned.
Hey, we got a couple questions for you, Cliff, from about the Gollum game. Does the Gollum game occur before Bilbo finds the ring?
No, the Gollum game occurs about 8 or 9 years before the events of the War of the Ring. It happens.
The War of the Ring.
Yeah, it happens when Gollum. I'm answering your question.
Yeah.
Gollum video game is set in the time when Gollum leaves the Misty Mountains with his compulsion to go and find Bilbo and track down the ring.
So he's looking for the ring that Bilbo stole.
Yes, and he's looking for Bilbo, and he ends up in Mordor. He ends up being interrogated by the Dark Lord. He ends up being captured by Aragorn and taken all the way up to Thranduil. He ends up being taken to Mirkwood. Gandalf was mentioned in the preview video that Nerd of the Rings was talking about today. But I find it all very interesting that we always want to hear more about the details and the background. There's some other weird stuff that they're doing. There's some kind of elf character.
Okay.
They've invented a brand new elf character. I don't know what the character's name is.
That puts it all after Bilbo.
They have an elf character who's going to be not entirely adversarial with Gollum and that he's going to have to cooperate with. And she has some kind of power over water to make water magic happen or some kind of weird stuff, the way it was described. So not everything in this video game is going to be purely canon. You know, you're in this playing box where the video game designers feel that they can probably go a little further astray than filmmakers or television producers feel that they could go. But it's really fascinating. Are
you excited for it?
I am excited for it. If it's available, you know, I don't have to get a PS5. They do say it's still available to play on PS4. That's cool. I'm just going to have to upgrade. I have an old Xbox. I really do need an upgrade console.
Post-Hobbit, pre-Fellowship.
That is correct.
Post-Hobbit. So is that the time frame that young Aragorn would have played in? No, young Aragorn is pre-Hobbit. No, he's not.
I mean, what's the difference in 8 years?
I don't know.
8 years of youth for Aragorn? I mean, he was already 86 or 88 years old.
Tukish, if you're coming to Comic-Con, I look forward to, hopefully they have the game there. It would be stupid for them to have Gollum game playable at Comic-Con.
They should definitely have previews of the Gollum game at Comic-Con. Absolutely.
Cliff,
I'm very excited about this.
I got some more stuff. From London that they don't want you to know. Folks, this is Gate 2.
At Pinewood Studios?
Shepperton Studios. Again,
Shepperton.
Amazon has made a deal to shoot at Shepperton. They are building 1 million square feet of new studio space.
Okay.
1 million square feet of new studio space to support Lord of the Rings. They've got 9 sound stages booked for season 2 of Lord of the Rings.
Right.
9 sound stages booked for season 2 of Lord of the Rings. The question is, when is season 2 going to film? Cliff, we've had so many debates. Remember the rumors from over a year ago, where the rumor was the writers' room had been let go and they were just going to start from scratch.
Yeah, I do remember reporting on those rumors.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the recent rumor that the entire crew of New Zealand is being replaced.
Oh, gosh.
So no one from season 1, except for the showrunners, are moving on to season 2. So it's a clean slate, and they've moved production from New Zealand. Now they're not shooting anything there. They're only going to shoot in the UK.
Wow. Not
Scotland. Arne mentioned Scotland. That's where they're shooting Anansi Boys.
And season 2 of Good Omens.
But they're not scheduled currently to shoot Lord of the Rings in Scotland. It's all in the UK. It's all around Shepperton and a couple other studios that I'm not ready to reveal. But the question is, supposedly, the original schedule that we received was in January of this year. Yeah. So 5 months ago, the scripts were supposedly done for season 2.
Really?
And pre-production was supposed to start in January. We haven't had any whispers that pre-production has started. We've heard rumors that it's delayed. And now I can show you Shepperton Studios, where the current plan is to shoot the new season 2.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
This is what it looks like as we speak in May 2005.
Well, yeah, switch
Gate 2. Ready?
Hold on.
That's what the studio currently looks like. It's a bunch of concrete pads. It is a construction site. They don't even have a building set up. They are nowhere near ready for production.
There's no infrastructure there at
all.
all.
There is no infrastructure. They bulldozed a farm and poured some concrete.
You're kidding.
This is what Shepperton Studios, Amazon's lease at Shepperton Studios currently looks like.
That means they're definitely not filming on that schedule. They're definitely not on that original schedule that was announced.
Wow. You can see it's a whole construction site, Shepperton Studios. Just so you know, I'm not faking this. This is welcome to Shepperton Studios. These are the 9 new sound stages, 1 million square feet, all for Lord of the Rings, and it is still a yellow tagged construction site. Look at that.
It's very strange.
So
that is very weird.
So
isn't
Cliff,
it?
let me ask you, Cliff. LA has been building a lot during the pandemic over the last 5 years or 10 years.
Mm-hmm. There's no shortage of building cranes all around.
Is this anywhere near completion for filming season 2?
No. No.
How long do you think they are away from shooting?
I think that picture we're looking at right now is about 8 to 9 months away from being complete and ready to have electricity and wiring and plumbing and people come in and start work. That's months and months and months and months away. I would say 8 months away minimum.
So that's
minimum.
That's close to what we're hearing, folks. The new gossip, the new rumors are production of season 2 has been delayed until after season 1 comes out.
Oh, good grief!
Pre-production supposedly starts in September. Pre-production starts in September. Maybe they're going to rewrite the scripts based on what the fan reaction is for season 1. I don't know, but they've got to rehire an entire crew because no one from New Zealand's moving over.
Repeat that sentence. Nobody that worked on season 1 is working on season 2, period. Except for, obviously, the showrunners,
Kaylin
JD
in the chat room
and Patrick.
wants to know, and no plans to start working at existing facilities. The answer is no, because Netflix has currently occupied most of the sound stages until September or October.
Wild.
And that's
wild.
why Amazon is paying to build 1 million square feet and 9 new sound stages.
Pretty wild, huh?
Now, does this mean that they'll go to other studios, other studios in the UK, maybe up near other places? Yes. They will get something starting to shoot soon because the schedules of the actors like Lenny Henry, Nazanin Boniadi, and of course Ismael Cruz Cordova is very in demand right now. So the schedules of these actors have to be considered.
Indeed.
But the rumors are that one of the reasons that Will Poulter left, in fact, it is the reason, it's not a rumor, it is in print. Will Poulter left. He was cast as Elrond. But Amazon knew that the schedule was so tough Amazon told all the actors,
Right.
you may not be able to take any other work for 10 years. And this is why.
And now we're starting to see what is up with this production and why it's so delayed and weird.
Yes.
The delay is not.
But so.
Well, can we say honestly, in terms of big streaming platforms and some of their bigger productions, like let's look at Westworld. Let's look at some other big shows that have been produced. There are from time to time production delays, but this that we're reporting on is significant.
So
because it talks about the entire upheaval of where they were in New Zealand and leaving behind all those vendors, all those craftspeople, all those artists, and all that infrastructure that was available, and they packed every bloody thing up to move it over to another country.
Under dark of night, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Gosh, that is just ugliness.
Cliff,
but seriously,
Cliff,
this is an unusual circumstance.
Well, let me ask you
Isn't
this.
it?
Let me ask you this, Cliff, because I have a different opinion of what the chat room is going. The chat room, you might see it on screen, is saying this sounds awful, but I disagree with that. And Cliff, let me get your opinion first.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be in our best interest as fans that Amazon delay season 2 until they see how we react as fans
Maybe.
to the decisions and the choices made in season 1?
I don't know. HBO didn't slow down on season 2 of Game of Thrones. They just kept going and kept going and kept going.
Yeah, but
and kept
Rings
going.
is not Thrones. Rings is
Although they want to be the alpha male in the cage.
But so
they don't want any other gorillas in the cage that are going to be as alpha male as Rings of Power. That's the gorilla they want in the cage.
You've written multiple books. You've scripted award-winning documentaries. Cliff, as a Tolkien expert, are you encouraged by the fact that Amazon is making a conscious decision to let's wait to see what the fans think?
Perhaps. I'm more interested in hearing what the Tolkien estate really thinks. You want to be honest? I'm interested in knowing what the Tolkien estate thinks because they made this deal with Amazon Studios and they got into bed with Amazon Studios to make this interesting moment happen where they're going to make this very interesting adaptation of the Second Age stories. Look, yes, I'll give you a small concession on that point.
Okay.
I will give you a small concession on that point.
Okay.
That it is better to slow down, recalibrate, and fix things if they do have to fix things, and make sure that seasons 2 onward through season 5 don't have the same mistakes. But this is so different. I still feel bad for my Kiwi actor friends, and I feel bad for the painters and the carpenters and the
crew that built a relationship, a shorthand,
all the horse riders and the skilled stunt performers and the horse equestrian trainers and the people who do the distressing and paint on your armor to make your armor look like it's all bruised. I feel bad for all those day laborers and craftspeople in New Zealand who
and that's not discounting the quality of the UK crew that have done Star Wars.
It is not discounting their quality.
Thrones, they did
They've done amazing things with Good Omens season 1. They did amazing things in England with the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. I'll give full credit to the amazing artists and competency of the artists in the United Kingdom. But I still bemoan that we're not in New Zealand.
Right.
I still bemoan that.
So this explains, folks.
So I have myself in two minds.
Now you know.
It's called ambivalence.
Now you know
It's ambivalence.
why there's no photos of anything from all the influencers, the 30 influencers, because there were no sets to visit. Normally, speaking as marketing people,
there were no sets to visit.
Cliff, the One Ring has been invited to the set of Lord of the Rings, the set of The Hobbit. The studios make it a manner of practice to bring fan media to the set. Unfortunately, you just saw the pictures. There's no set. There's not even a building to build a set.
True. There's not even a building yet.
There's not even a building. So what does Amazon marketing? What do they have to work with? Because I remember when Mr. LDC, Mr. Sear went to the Hobbit set. When you went to the Lord of the Rings set, they put you in the movie.
Yes.
So,
but I couldn't talk about it for an entire year because the stuff that I saw filming was ROTK and Two Tower stuff, and I could not talk about it for an entire year.
So we know how to we know what to say and when to say it, and we can play the game. I'm saying that the marketing, everybody in chat room is like this. The marketing feels off. The marketing feels low. The marketing feels low energy. The marketing, they don't have a lot to work with that normally studios would. And you just saw the pictures, Cliff. Before we're running out of time, let me show you. This is what they did take us to. This is Tolkien's lecture hall.
Oh my!
At Exeter College at Oxford.
Oh wow! How cool is that?
This is Tolkien's lecture hall at Oxford.
All right, let's start with the ceiling and let's look at that amazing ceiling.
Look at that amazing ceiling.
Slowly, look at that.
Look
wow.
At that. And all of us influencers, you can see you see Happy Hobbit in the front with her mask on. It's just a wonderful lecture hall. That's what they
that's amazing.
That's what they took us to. And then, they set out dinner or lunch or afternoon tea right there at Exeter College.
That's so cool.
And normally, I'm telling you guys, studios take you to set.
Yeah.
There was just no set to take you to.
No set.
No set.
Well, that means that can we safely predict there will be a long
Oxford is amazing, by the way.
Oh, yes, it is. My heart is still in Oxford, England. It is a beautiful place. But let's speculate.
People actually go to college here. I kept asking about the Wi-Fi, and they said it sucks.
You're hilarious. Can we speculate that there's going to be a long delay in between season 1 and season 2 because of this problem they're having right now with no sound stages ready to go, no production ready to go? Right now, they're not ready to go.
Folks, this is where we had afternoon tea. In this beautiful hall at Exeter College. I'm sorry, this is Exeter College. The previous photo was at the Bodleian Library at Oxford. Mm-hmm. You guys will know Bodleian Library. So
yes.
This is where tea was served. Let me show you just a grand, big old table.
Wow, how cool is that?
Of fans right there, all taking in afternoon tea at Exeter College. Folks, you might recognize this room. Let me go back to that video. Here. You might recognize this room.
Okay.
This is where Dome Korokotsky filmed Tolkien, the film in. There was a fencing class scene.
Yes, there was a fencing scene in Oxford. Yes, and Dome Korokotsky filmed in that area.
He did.
Great. That is so cool.
So we were actually in the room that Tolkien with Nicholas Hoult was filmed in.
I love that movie, by the way. A big shout out to Fox Searchlight and the Tolkien movie with Lily Collins and Nicholas Hoult. It is such a beautiful, beautiful movie, and I'm very fond of it. I'm still looking for a Blu-ray. I'm still trying to find a Blu-ray of that movie.
Well, it's hard to find any Blu-ray.
It's hard to find anywhere.
So, folks, so I just want to share all this with you to provide context of why isn't there a lot of content just like words on Twitter, from all these influencers saying we like the footage and we like the showrunners. It's because normally we would have gone to set and we would have had photos to share and we would have been like, the set looks amazing and we touched the walls and it feels like stone. That's what we did at The Hobbit. That's what you did.
With The Lord of the Rings.
With The Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I did.
The sound stages aren't ready. But, Cliff, I don't want to end the show on a sad note because I've got exciting news.
Oh, here we go.
Breaking news. I haven't told you this.
I've got other news. Can I tell you my small news before you tell me?
Yes.
We're not going to be live on the air tomorrow because it is Wednesday. Sorry about that, but I want to wish a very, very heartfelt and special happy birthday to Sir Ian McKellen, marvelous actor and activist, champion of many, 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 many people. He is our Gandalf. He is our Magneto. He is an incredible Richard III. He was an outstanding death in The Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. You might not believe it, but he was in that movie as well. And he's, Sir Patrick Stewart's better half. Let's just say it. My heart and my happiness in this world is often tied to appreciating certain performers and artists who have brought their best into the world. And I'm telling you, Ian McKellen, one of the greatest artists who has brought their best to so many amazing things he's done. The fact that he was so miserable filming The Hobbit, and he put up with so much stuff.
Because he loves Tolkien that much.
He loves Tolkien that much. He was dedicated to Middle-earth that much that he went back to New Zealand and he put up with all that green screen crap. But to you, Sir Ian, my hat is off to you, and I say very happy birthday to you. Is it your 83rd? I believe tomorrow it's your 83rd birthday.
Hey, Cliff,
Happy birthday.
Fun fact, tying
Ian
it into
McKellen.
what else is going on this week. Fun fact, when Ian McKellen started filming Lord of the Rings in 1999,
Yes.
he was the same age that Tom Cruise is right now. Tom Cruise right now, with Top Gun coming out this week, is the same age that Ian McKellen was.
That's hilarious.
When he filmed Gandalf.
That is hilarious.
In Fellowship of the Ring. Tom Cruise right now is the same age that Ian McKellen was when he first put the gray hat on. So I'm going to leave you guys with the greatest news I can tell you right now. This is hot off the press.
This is exciting.
We have just got a spy report in last night. Cliff?
A spy report.
Cliff, I have to tell you, according to this spy report, Green Dragon Gossip, I cannot verify this, but I trust the source.
We are now in the segment of the program that we call Green Dragon Gossip. Please, no holds barred on these rumors, but you must know before entering. This is all rumor. But here we go. Let's bring it.
I trust this source. As of this Friday, this coming Friday, all creative assets are due complete for season 1 of Rings of Power. This Friday.
What?
All creative assets, the final score, the final effects, all assets are due this Friday.
All post-production.
All post-production.
All visual effects done. All music.
Everything's due this Friday.
The brand new stuff that was recorded by Howard Shore, allegedly.
And
the brand new stuff that was recorded by Bear McCreary that he
allegedly
touted. Well, he showed his face in the studio.
But he didn't say what he was working on.
Oh my gosh. And you're trying to tell me that they're going to have final deliverables.
This Friday Friday is when everything is due. The effects companies are on crunch time right now.
Wow.
I've been told that this week is a bunch of sleepless nights.
You know
this week is a bunch of sleepless nights.
They are burning the midnight oil.
Burning the oil to finish the season 1 and get it delivered.
Very exciting.
And that is exciting news.
That
is
news.
Torn Tuesday. You know, people on Twitter were saying, hey, when are you going to tell us about Harfoots? You know what? Let's save that for next week. I've got so much info about the Harfoots. I've got translated ruins. I'm going to tell you where they're all at.
Translated runes?
We did not get to actual content of the show. I just wanted to tell you all of the behind-the-scenes stuff that I heard and the gossip. So there you go. Cliff, are you excited now? Does that bring up your level again?
Yes.
It is done.
It
is close to done.
My energy level is very excited to see what J.A. Bayona has directed for episodes 1 and 2. More than anything, I'm really interested to see if they've got wings and this show can take off and really fly. Or whether it's just not going to take off at all. I guess we'll find out on September 2nd.
The chat room really wants a trailer in June. I want them to hold that trailer for Comic-Con. Just hold it for trailer. Give us anything else. Hold the trailer for Comic-Con. Cliff, final word. When should the trailer come out? When do you want it to come out?
I want the trailer to be Comic-Con weekend. Period. Comic-Con weekend.
That is the One Ring stance. Wait to Comic-Con. Cliff, good show. I'm happy to see you.
And I'm going to say thank you again to Justin for helping put the show together.
And Scum and Villainy for hosting us.
My heartfelt thanks to the hard-working staff and the wonderful people here at Scum and Villainy Cantina. You guys need to come down to Hollywood because they just radically changed their menu. They got this amazing executive chef who came in and upgraded all the food, all the appetizers. And if you think that you know...
They're still Shire Tots.
Oh, my God. The service is
still have
so... good. We have great service.
They have potatoes 7 ways.
But they are white truffle oil and Parmesan and garlic tater tots. So they're really upgraded and they're delicious. So come and join us here at Scum and Villainy. And now we must say good night, everybody. Good night and good luck. And we'll see you next Tuesday right here, 5 o'clock p.m. for another episode at theonering.net talking all about the worlds and the works of J.R.R. Tolkien. Until then, be very good to each other, be kind to one another, and take good care of yourselves. We'll see you here next week, next Tuesday. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at QuickBeam2000. And we're at The One Ring Net on all social channels. Until next week, buenos noches y buena suerte. Bye, everybody.
The balcony is